Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to kick off a new series on my channel. I'm going to be calling it Foundation Friday, where I test out, demo, and then kind of give my overall thoughts on a foundation, how it wears throughout the day. So the foundation that I picked for today is the Covergirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation, and I've been hearing a lot of great things about this foundation, and I love it because it's from the drugstore, it's super affordable, and honestly, I don't even remember the last time I wore a high-end foundation. The drugstore's been killing it with a lot of different products. As most of you guys know, my favorite drugstore foundation, or foundation in general, is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. So I kind of wanted to start expanding my horizons with other drugstore foundations to see if I can find a couple more that I liked. So I wanted to start with this one. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and the notification bell down below. And without further ado, if you guys like to find out how the Covergirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation holds up throughout the day and my overall thoughts, then just keep watching. Okay, so I've already primed my face. I have two shades in this foundation, M40, which is warm nude, and then M80, which is caramel beige. So they're like probably, I think M80 is just the shade darker than M40. Now with these foundations, the good thing about it is that there are so many shades, and it's cool because when I went to purchase it, I purchased mine at Walmart, it had like a color chart below the foundations, and it's either cool, neutral, and warm. So I tend to go with the warmer foundations, so these two have the warmer, like I think it was like they had like a red color for like the warmer foundation, so it was easier to find. So this was the next shade up in the warmer from the M40, so I just figured I would mention that. They do have a wide variety of shades, so I'm going to go with the M80 today, which is a little bit darker than the M40 because I am like super pale. This foundation is great because it does have a pump. Now, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, which you guys know is my favorite drugstore foundation, drugstore or even high-end for that matter, has the little like spatula wand that you can apply the foundation to your face. That is actually my first preference, and then the pump would be my second. Obviously, I hate, and a lot of like foundations have actually stepped their game up to include the pump or the spatula wand, but I hate when I had to used to like pour the foundation on my hand, dab it on my face. Hated that. So it comes with a pump, which is nice. So what I'm going to do is kind of just like pump it out onto my face, and try to be careful, not pump too much out. Just gonna like kind of dab it all over. So I believe this foundation is a medium to full coverage foundation, which is nice, and it says matte made, and I usually don't go for matte foundations only in like the summertime when my skin kind of can get a little bit more oily, because matte foundations are better for people who have oily skin. So in like the summertime I have, I'd say, combo, but the rest of the year it's dry. So we'll see how this does wear on my face, but I figured I would mention that. It says matte made, but again, like I've heard a lot of great things about this foundation. Now you guys are probably like, holy crap, that is a lot of dots or a lot of pumps on your face, but it looks like it, but when you blend it out, it's really not, and obviously a lot of it's gonna go into my brush. So we will blend this out. And if you guys are wondering what brush I'm using, this is the Tarte. This is like their Kabuki foundation brush. I love this brush to blend out foundations. So far, it's blending out nicely. I don't see any issues. I might have to just apply a couple more pumps to certain areas of my face. That's why I was saying, like, when you blend it out, it really isn't that much. But it's definitely giving me some color, which I need. So any areas that I see are kind of white still, I'm just going to apply a little bit more foundation to. And I like to kind of just go in with a little bit more on a couple more areas of my face. So we're just going to blend that out now. I would say for the most part, it's pretty blended out. It looks good so far. And honestly, what I like about it even though, as you guys saw, it was a lot of pumps of foundation, it still looks really natural. Like it honestly looks like I have just a little thin layer of foundation on, but it honestly covers a lot. So that's what I like about it. So far so good. Now I am going to apply my concealer. So I am going to be using this L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear More Than Concealer. That's a mouthful. I actually just started testing out this concealer, and you guys, this is, in my opinion, a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. And honestly, I haven't been using the Tarte Shape Tape really like anymore, because I just find that lately with that concealer, it just looks cakey under my eyes. And I know I've mentioned in like a couple other videos that I have wrinkles under my eyes, and it's just, you know, my skin is looser than I would like it to be under there. So I just feel like that concealer emphasizes it more, but this one doesn't. But it's like a dupe for the Tarte. So I think honestly this one's a little bit better than the Tarte Shape Tape. So I would definitely try this one out. And as you guys can see, and I'll probably film a video or include this in another video, it's got the large doe foot applicator, just like the Tarte Shape Tape. So this one's really nice. And if you guys were wondering, this concealer is in the shade Cashmere. There was one shade lighter, but it almost looked the same. It was vanilla. I might pick that one up as well. They actually had a large selection of concealer shades, and sometimes even with like this foundation, this Covergirl foundation, it gets overwhelming when you have so many shades because you just don't know what shade to choose. And I'm like sitting in the store forever, and like it's just, you know, it can kind of get confusing. So this shade actually works pretty well for me. So I know I'm looking a little scary here. So now I'm going to set the face, and I'm actually going to use the Kat Von D palette because it's got, you know, both setting powders in it. So I'm going to use this middle shade up top. It's like a banana shade to just set my under eyes. And then to set the rest of the face, I'm just going to use this shade over here. So this is what it looks like set. Now I know I still look scary and pale, so what I'm gonna do is apply the rest of my makeup, and I'll come back and give you guys like my overall first impressions and then throughout the day as well. Okay, so hopefully I look alive now. I just got done doing my makeup, but before I get into talking about my personal experience so far with this, I kind of just wanted to read a little bit about this foundation. So I'm on Ulta's website, and it says, from your favorite Covergirl foundation line comes a matte formula that isn't drying or cakey. That's great. True Blend Matte Made Liquid Foundation Formula is developed with Flexi Hold technology that creates a strong yet flexible film on the skin for durability and comfort, while the mattifying powders absorb oil and minimizes pores for a soft, matte, flawless finish up to 12 hours of wear. So that all sounds great. We are going to test it out today. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go for the full 12 hours and check in with you guys. I will check in periodically throughout the day. So also before I get talking about the foundation, I just wanted to show you guys, this is what I'm talking about. Look how many different shades there are. Quite a variety. I think that's all the shades. That's all the shades Ulta has, but like I said, when I went to Walmart, it was kind of overwhelming. They had a wide variety of shades, which is nice. A lot of companies are coming out with more shades to please everybody, which is great. So, okay, so I had no issues applying any other makeup over it. As I was saying before, it blended out really nicely. It didn't look cakey. Sometimes foundations will go into like my smile lines. I didn't have any issues there. Another thing that I'm going to look out for throughout the day is how long it wears in terms of like my entire face, because throughout the day, depending on what I'm doing, this isn't really a good thing to do when you're wearing like a full face of makeup, but I will like touch my face or touch my lips, and I've noticed that a lot of foundations will start to wear off for me around here and around my mouth. So we shall see how this holds up. A lot of foundations do that for me. I mean, I know if you are touching your face, obviously that's gonna happen. So it is 10:30 in the morning right now. I don't have too much to do Today, I probably will be filming a couple more videos and just staying home all day editing. So I will check in with you guys throughout the day to see how this foundation is holding up. Okay guys, so it is about 2 o'clock. So I've been wearing it for almost 4 hours, like 3.5. So far I think it looks pretty good. I mean, I was kind of like touching, I know I was mentioning that, I was kind of like touching my face a little bit, but for the most part, I think it looks okay. Like, what do you guys think? Obviously, I haven't had it on like a very long time, but I did want to check in with you guys. I am going to eat lunch now, so I will check in with you guys in a couple hours and we will inspect and see what's going on. Okay guys, so as you can see, it's 5:02. I was gonna go to 5:30 to make it an even 7 hours, so it's been 6.5, about like a little over 6.5. I think I said 10:30 is when like I stopped filming. So I think 6.5 hours, even if it was 7, generally speaking, we're gonna see how this foundation is performing. Typically in a normal day, I'll have foundation on for like about 8 hours. So, but for the sake of this video, you guys, I did this for the sake of this video, kept my full face of makeup on. If I wasn't filming this type of video, all of my makeup would have been off. I would have showered by now. I would have looked a lot different. I'm just more comfortable that way. But anyway, so I would say that this foundation held up pretty well. Now, it's not like I went outside, but I was doing like a lot of housework. I was doing some editing. I filmed some other videos, so I had some bright lights coming on me, and I did eat. And I kind of like, it's so bad, but especially like when I'm editing, I like have a bad habit of like touching my face per se. But for the most part, I honestly think it held up pretty well. I really don't see any oils coming through. Now, again, I'm not really an oily person, but sometimes I will see oils start to come through like in my T-zone. I don't really see that going on. So it's claimed to kind of stay matte. I think is true. It looks pretty good. I don't know, how much you guys can see on camera, but it doesn't look oily. It looks pretty matte still. And this might be a new drugstore favorite for me. I definitely like it. I'm super impressed. Again, the way it went on, it blended out really nicely. I had no issues. I don't really think it settled into, my lines around my mouth. Other foundations by now definitely would have. So I don't really have anything too bad to say about this foundation. I would definitely recommend it. I believe it's under $10. You can probably get it anywhere. Again, I got mine, I want to say I got mine at Walmart, and in the Sunday paper you could probably find some coupons too. I think I actually used the coupon for the one I used today, the darker shade M80. It was like a $2 off coupon, so I think I got it for like $6. So this is definitely a great drugstore foundation in general. Like I was saying, the drugstore has definitely stepped their game up when it comes to foundations and other products in general for that matter. I don't really feel like keeping my makeup on any longer. I just want to relax for the rest of the day. I'm kind of pooped out, so I just want to shower. In terms of like, being warm weather, going outside, I can't speak to that, but I'm sure I wouldn't have any issues. And honestly, like if it was like really hot and I was going to be outside all day, I would just bring some kind of like setting powder with me. So that is it for this Foundation Friday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.